how would you say the last couple of days went for you, in regards to resting, working on things, the whole nine?
Yeah, it went pretty good, Keith. I think that we got a lot of stuff that we looked at, both sides of the ball, special teams as well. So a lot of pretty heavy dose of special teams, game situations, late game situations. We got a lot of stuff done, and I think it was good timing to kind of go back over some things and that we've done well to polish those up, and then some things maybe late game and stuff we haven't got to yet or seen, or things that need some improvement. So it was a good couple days so far. Yeah.
How good can these days off be for guys that you're well and Paul? Get them back up to speed.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're good. I think they're really good for those guys. I think that gives them a chance to. Again, I think we still have a number of guys. Obviously, those two guys probably at the top of the list that are still looking for rhythm / conditioning, but more probably rhythm right now. I think it's always a combination of those two things, and they had 2 good days. Yeah.
Is Kelly and Trendon, are they able to do any on-court stuff yet?
Nope.
No, not at all.
Not yet. I mean, they're on the court doing some individual stuff, but not on the court with the team. Yeah.
With this coming kind of at, I guess, the 23 game mark, I mean, you sort of talk about things at the beginning of the season that you implement in training camp, then you go through a stretch of games. Is that sort of a time to look back and be like, okay, are we doing the things that we wanted to early in the season, because you get kind of lost in the games and sort of revert back to some other things, or just
yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of things that we emphasized early, right? That showed itself. I think again, it hasn't been that smooth a sailing, right, from a participation in and out standpoint. So I think we've weathered some of that certainly much better. And I'm generally super encouraged. I think the team's playing pretty good basketball. We're in most games. We're giving ourselves a chance to win. I think we're doing a lot of great things late in games. I mean, there's a lot I think that's encouraging, and I feel like we're going this way, both just the way we're playing and with health and with participation. Guys being available. And it feels like we're heading in the right direction. That's what you want. I think it's a steady climb for that all year long, and it feels like that's what's happening now.
We've talked a lot about Joel's three-point shooting and what that can add. He's been struggling from there for a while now. Last, 6 or 7 games, maybe. Is there anything in the shots you're seeing from him that are concerning to you, or do you just think that's variance shots on the right?
Well, I think it's a rhythm thing, right? I think again, he's not gonna his mechanics are fine, the decisions of which ones he's taking are fine, all those kind of things. I think it's, again, I'm always talking about conditioning and rhythm, and it's been a little choppy for him. He had about 3 weeks there where he didn't play, and he's just kind of working himself back into that. And I think again, he's a great shooter, and most of those shots are pretty wide open, and those are ones we want him to take.
Nick, you obviously already explained the reason for Jared's lack of minutes in the third quarter of the last game, but what really goes into that decision of deciding offense here or defense here in any kind of given quarter like that, especially the third? And is there any thought to perhaps stacking his minutes in a way that maybe you give Tyrese a break leading into the second half to give him that extra boost coming the third quarter?
How many questions was it? A lot. Listen, I'm not sure. I remember talking about this post game, right? And that was before I watched the film. And then when I watched the film, and I'm sure you guys watched the game, we had several possessions in a row where they just backed us down and shot over the top of us, right? And until there was a way we could combat that a little bit, it wasn't going to be with going small, right? So I think that influenced almost all of it. I think Jared's still in a situation, everybody, that he's working his way back, right? I think there's been some improvement there, but he's still not there yet. So I think we're still kind of going by what he looks like on night to night right now. I don't think it's a big, I'm hoping it gets to some, again, evening out and rhythm about who's going to be there and what the rotations look like someday. But I'm not holding my breath for that either.
Nick, there was a stat the other day about Tyrese leading the league in pick sixes.
Yeah.
What do you see from him on those plays?
Yeah, it just certainly his awareness level certainly seems to be super high, right? His decision making seems to be very good. I think he's just, to make those, you got to be able to kind of sniff those out. You got to be able to kind of break off what you think, maybe what the scheme is, because you kind of sense what's coming, and he's done that great. I mean, too bad. I wish he had whatever his total is. I wish he had one more, because he ran right through one the other night that would have given us the lead with about a minute to go. But he just just got over just a little bit past him. But it's been great, and I think those are need plays for us. We need them, right? And it not only stops them from scoring, it gives us a quick 2 and keeps the scoreboard moving. I call them spiritual plays. They're like big momentum plays, like a pick 6 for a layup, and all of a sudden your defense turns around and everybody's amped up for the next possession too. Yeah.
How would you evaluate Andre's play since he got banged up? Because obviously that wasn't as serious as you maybe anticipated, but you can tell at times it looks like. Yeah,
I don't think it's certainly been as good, and I also think that's probably part of it, right? He's tried, I think, play through not being 100%, which we give him credit for, and I think again he's got to get used to, in a long stretch as a 30 to 35 minute a night guy, and then all of a sudden it's a little choppy for him, and I think everybody has to get back in that different rhythm, not just him, but it affects everybody, and everybody's got to get used to being who they are, whether it's 2-minute stint or a 12-minute stint or a 12-minute night or a 35-minute night. Try to continue to bring all you can bring. You had one. Go ahead.
Yeah, Nick, when you're looking at kind of this practice time, you're obviously going to have a shorter rotation some nights. You're going to have different guys in the rotation night to night. How do you balance being able to kind of craft plays and actions when you have everyone available versus when you don't?
Takes a lot of work. It really does. It's not as and that's, we had some, I'd say, lengthy sessions these last 2 days just moving pieces. For instance, you're running a late game play and you're trying to think, well, who's available, right? Well, there's our starting 5, but that maybe isn't our finishing 5. So the starting 5 will run it, and we'll make one or 2 adjustments, run it again, maybe make a third adjustment and bring one other guy back and run it again. So it affects, like one guy being out of there, can affect all 4 pieces. Doesn't usually affect all 4, but it usually affects more than one. It's not usually a boom 1-for-1. Example would be when Barlow's in, he's the 4. When he's out, we put a guard in that moves PG to the 4, that 2 to the 3, the 1 to the 2, and now there's a whole kind of effect. So it does take a lot of thought, and it takes a lot of reps, and there's a bunch of other things going on too, like who takes it out. Who's good at doing that? So there's a lot of dominoes that fall on that stuff. And we've spent a lot of time these last couple of days doing that. And I think that's going to be up there on our list. I think late game stuff is I say thank God. Late game's really important to us. There's a lot of nights come out of there. Man, I'm excited we took them to the wire. I'm excited we won that one close or whatever. And I just think, again, you look around the league, there's a lot of close ones, but I think in particular for us, I think there's nights we fought our way into some close games, and let's see if we can steal them at the end.
Thanks, Coach.